Hello, and so glad to have you join us on the Value Chain TV News Update. I am Kabir Lawal with the news. And on the Value Chain TV News Update, we begin with economy. The federal government told the joint venture partners comprising NNPC Limited, Shell Petroleum Development Company, Total Energies Limited, and Eni has signed a gas sales and purchase agreement for the Brass Fertilizer and Petrochemical project in Bayelsa State. The Minister of State Petroleum Resources, Ekpedipe Ekpo, in his speech at the event, praised President Bola Tinubu's steadfast support and guidance to see the project come to success.
We achieved this significant milestone in our effort to utilize Nigeria's abundant natural gas resources for the rapid industrialization, economic growth, and development of our beloved country. I would like to thank the SPDC JV partners, ably led by the NNPC Limited, with the unwavering support and commitment of the IOCs, SPDC, Total Energies Limited, and NI, for making this GSPA signing event a reality after a decade of long journey. I salute the board, management and staff of Brass Fertilizer and Petrochemical Company Limited for their tenacity and resilience over these years to get this important agreement over today. While this signing ceremony is a significant milestone in the development of $3.3 billion Brass Fertilizer project, it is one more step in the journey to making the project a reality. And I urge all parties to continue in the same steadfastness that has enabled us surmount all previous hurdles. It is my expectation that within the shortest possible time, BFPCL and its partners will achieve financial close and commence actual construction of this project of national importance, which we expect to bring in much needed foreign direct investment and create thousands of jobs for our teeming population, while changing the face and fortunes of the whole state and community.
The Permanent Secretary, Minister of Petroleum Resources, Ambassador Nicholas Ella Abu, described the GSPA as a significant milestone in monetizing Nigeria's vast gas reserves, currently over 209 trillion cubic feet. Also, Managing Director of BFPCL, Dr. Ben Okoye, emphasized the need to unlock Nigeria's gas deposit promptly, citing the urgency to utilize gas before it becomes less relevant. Away from that, Nigerians have suggested that ongoing discussions between the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigerian IPMAN and Dangote Refinery be done on neutral basis without greed, while also advocating for deregulation. This is coming after the federal government allowed marketers to buy directly from Dangote Refinery and import from other sources. However, this development has had negative impact on price of petrol, which has continued to skyrocket. In a chat with Value Chain TV, few Nigerians shared their opinions. The report.
The meeting can yield fruitful results if the marketers are not selfish, if they are not greedy, if they put Nigerians at heart, the crisis, the hardship the people of Nigeria are going through right now. They will have to come to a compromise in fixing a price that can make the people be able to afford their daily bread. You know, it's difficult for people now to even feed at home because of the high cost of living. So they should be able to compromise and see that price is affordable so that the price of goods can also be reduced. This deregulated system would have actually been the best for Nigerians, for us to actually move forward as a nation. You remember when MTN came on board, to buy a line was about 50,000 naira, but it came to a time that it was almost free, maybe 1.50 kobo. Why? Because those people were in the system allowed free market competition. But in this circumstance, I'm afraid it will be free market competition, though they try to assume a free market situation. Because I'm seeing a situation that the marketers are coming together to say, look, we are going to set price of fuel maybe 1,500 or 1,000. No, it shouldn't be. The individual marketing organization, they have the liberty to fix price at will so that there can be free market competition. I believe when they allow that, a time is coming, fuel will even become 100 naira per liter. If refineries, modular refineries are allowed to operate in Nigeria, there will be so much fuel, and there will be competition. It will naturally crash on its own.
Well, I can say what affect the eyes affect the nose. You know, they are going to do something that there's something we call dialogue. They have to dialogue to compromise with yourself. But all I know, since the beginning of the richest man in Africa, which is Dangote, where all of us knows that he's the man that has been kicking the ball around all over the Africa or West Africa. I don't think, the way I'm looking at things right now, I don't think Tinubu regime favor Dangote. If I can say something very seriously, I've been, as of my age, I have an experience for a long time. Dangote makes a con, and the marketers, they want more interest. So I think it will end up maybe by reducing, it will not go down to the way Nigeria is thinking about. They are not going to reduce this for highest they can do. It will go to like maybe 500, 700. My advice to the government of Nigeria, if they can compromise with Dangote, who single-handedly have a refinery that we also have that we cannot build, we cannot allow it to work. And somebody came from nowhere, who is also a Nigerian. I will advise the government of Nigeria to compromise with Dangote so that the economy, the hardship is going to come down. You know, I want to go back to what I said before, that what affect the eyes affect the nose. If fuel increase, if fuel is increased, it also affect the market. But if the government will understand the fundamental right of Dangote, then if the government succumb, it means everything in life, in Nigeria, will come down to market. Fuel, if fuel can come down to 500 as of now, things will also come down.
Moving now to power, the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NERC, has said that international bilateral electricity customers in Benin Republic and Togo owe Nigeria $5.71 million for the energy consumed in the second quarter of year 2024. Our correspondent, Chad Moses, has the details.
This information was contained in NERC's latest second quarter report for 2024. According to the report, out of the 15.60 million invoice issued by the market operator between April and June, the international customers remitted $9.81 million. The foreign companies obtaking power from Nigeria are Para SB in Benin, Transcorp SB in Benin, Mainstream Niger-Lec in Togo, and Odukpani CEET in Togo. Para SB in Benin Republic remitted 71.21% of the $4.29 million billed. Transcorp SB in Benin remitted 100% of the $4.25 million it was billed. Mainstream Niger-Lec in Togo paid 69.72% of $3.59 million, and Odukpani CEET did not remit anything during the period. For Value Chain TV, Chad Moses reporting.
The Nigerian Hydrological Services Agency had issued warning regarding imminent flooding triggered by the release of water from Lagdo Dam in Cameroon to Adamawa, Taraba, Kogi, Nasarawa, Benue, Anambra, Bayelsa, Delta, Edo, Cross River, and River States. The Director General of the agency, Umar Mohammed, urged affected states to step up vigilance and deploy adequate measures to reduce possible flood impact. Umar Mohammed added that officials of the NIHSA have put in place measures to protect residents and minimize damage. We'll now go for a short break, and Value Chain TV News Update will be back shortly. Don't go away. Welcome back from that break, and still on the Value Chain TV News Update. The federal government, through the Nigerian Customs Service, has commenced plans to ground over 60 private jets owned by very important persons in the country over unpaid import duty running into several billions of naira. Our correspondent, Ese Ufoma, has the details.
According to documents exchanged between the NCS and the Nigerian Airspace Management Agency, the enforcement exercise commenced today, October 14, 2024. Report states that duties are not being paid on majority of private jets currently in the country, with the NCS seeking to recover unpaid import duties running into several billions of naira. The development reportedly led the NCS to carry out a one-month verification exercise on all private jet owners in the country between June and July. The latest decision to ground the private jets is coming almost 3 months after the NCS verification exercise. For Value Chain TV, Ese Ufoma reporting.
And on the international scene, the International Monetary Fund (IMF) has announced plans of reducing the cost of countries that borrow money from it by up to 36%. In a statement from the global lender on the review of the charge and surcharge policy, the fund noted that challenging global environment coupled with high interest rates necessitated the reduction. The statement added that the charges were made of how much they charge on loans, which will lower the borrowing costs by 36%, saving countries about $1.2 billion each year. This reduction will mainly affect fewer countries, from 20 currently to 13 by year 2026. Moving now to sport, the Nigerian Football Federation (NFF) has pulled the Super Eagles out of the Tuesday 2025 African Cup of Nations AFCON qualifier against Libya, following a frustrating 12-hour ordeal at Al Abrak International Airport. The Nigerian delegation en route to Benghazi for crucial match encountered unexpected difficulties when their chartered aircraft was diverted mid-flight to Al Abrak, a small airport primarily used for arch operations. Upon arrival, the team were left stranded without assistance from the Libyan Football Federation, which failed to arrange any transportation. Few Nigerians expressed displeasure over the treatment of the Super Eagles team received in Libya. The report.
Yeah, the NFF position should be to first and foremost defend and protect the interest of their team over there in Libya and encourage the Libyan government to understand the bilateral relationship between themselves and also understand the place of African Union, because we are all Africans. I probably see that as a fan aggression. That is fan aggression. So probably those in charge of the Libyan government are also members of the FAN. So they encourage the FAN by legalizing the actions of the fans. So not just in Africa, other part of the world, you discover that fans, when they are not happy that they win them at home, they do a whole lot of things. In the Western world, they stone, they throw things into the pitch, they boo the players and do a whole lot. But because this is Africa, probably we went the African way by ensuring that that those guys did not eat, so they won't have strength to go home.
There's a news flying out that Nigeria started the storm first. The Nigeria diverted their plane and their flight, that they had to travel for hours before they got to Uyo. And we saw on the platform that they were going to have a kind of revenge. I even saw it this morning too. So my take on this is football, and everybody needs to be very, very professional. If Nigeria actually did it first, I don't think it's good for Libya also to have a kind of revenge. Nobody will ever support that kind of system, you understand? Because as it stands now, Libya is not a place that is kind of safe, and Nigeria is at risk. Nigeria they are at a very high risk right now. So it's better if Nigeria comes back home. It's better because already I think their morale is already down. Nobody will be able to play in that kind of atmosphere.
That ends the Value Chain TV News Update. I am Kabir Lawal. Don't forget to join us on all our social media handles. And don't forget to also subscribe to our YouTube channel.